You check your bank account. For 5 seconds, you feel safe. The salary has arrived. The number looks bigger than it felt in your head. And for one small moment, your life seems under control. Then rent disappears. The card bill disappears. Groceries, cabs, food delivery, EMIs, subscriptions, small payments you barely remember agreeing to, and suddenly the money you waited 30 days to receive already feels like it is leaving without saying goodbye. But the strange part is not that low salaries feel tight. The strange part is that people earning far more than you often describe the same feeling. Different apartment, different restaurants, different phone, same sentence. Why does it never feel like enough? At first, your brain gives you a simple answer: you need more money. And sometimes that is true. Rent can be too high, bills can be real. A small salary can make ordinary life feel like a series of locked doors. But this is about the more uncomfortable part. The part that begins after the raise, the part that begins when the number improves, but the feeling quietly follows you. Because your salary is not only paying for your life, it is also training your idea of what your life is supposed to look like. When you got your first paycheck, maybe coffee outside felt like a reward, a small dinner felt like proof that you were doing okay, a better pair of shoes felt like progress. Then slowly, the reward became normal. The dinner became expected. The shoes became the kind of thing someone at your level should have. Nothing dramatic happened. No one forced you. Your life simply learned how to spend your raise before you could enjoy it. This is why salary is so emotionally dangerous. It does not arrive only as freedom, it arrives as permission. Permission to move closer to the person you thought you were becoming. The upgrade feels reasonable because from the inside, it does not feel like luxury. It feels like catching up. And once your life catches up to your salary stops feeling like progress. It becomes the new floor, not the ceiling. This is the moving finish line of modern money. You are not just comparing your bank account to last month, you are comparing it to the version of you that your job title, your city, your friends, and your phone keep suggesting you should be. Leon Festinger called this social comparison. In simple terms, your brain does not judge your life in isolation. It looks sideways. It asks who is around you, what they have, where they live, what they post, and whether you are falling behind the invisible group you think you belong to. That is why a salary can feel good in one room and embarrassing in another. At home, it may look like progress. At dinner with richer friends, it becomes a quiet calculation. Can you split the bill? Can you say no to the trip? Can you admit that the restaurant they casually picked is your grocery budget wearing better lighting? The friendship is real. The calculation is real too. And your phone makes the room bigger. You are comparing yourself to a scrolling museum of other people's best financial moments. Their vacation, their promotion, their new apartment, their casual dinner that looks like your weekly budget. So your salary enters the game already under pressure. Before it pays your bills, it has to defend your identity. It has to answer a question no paycheck was designed to answer. Am I doing enough? That is why payday can stop feeling exciting. At lower income levels, money is survival. At higher income levels, money becomes status maintenance. And status maintenance is expensive because it never officially sends an invoice. It hides inside normal decisions. You buy the nicer shirt because you have meetings now. You take the Uber because you are tired. You keep the subscription because canceling it feels small and annoying. You go to the dinner because disappearing from the group chat feels worse than the bill. You do not wake up one day and decide to become careless. You slowly become the kind of person whose normal life costs more. Then your brain adjusts. Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky helped explain why this adjustment hurts through loss aversion. People often feel the pain of losing something more strongly than the pleasure of gaining the same thing. So, after your lifestyle expands, going backward does not feel like returning to normal. It feels like losing status. Canceling the gym feels like failure. Moving to a cheaper place feels like evidence. Saying no to a plan feels like being exposed. Your salary did not just buy comfort, it built a version of you that now feels painful to shrink. More money can solve real problems, but it can also create a bigger self to protect. A self with better taste, a self with higher standards, a self that has seen the nicer version and now feels embarrassed by the old one. This is why the raise feels amazing for a few weeks. Then your mind updates the baseline. The new number stops being impressive. It becomes what you are used to. Richard Easterlin studied the strange relationship between income and happiness. And one big idea around his work is that people adapt. A higher income can improve life, especially when basic needs are insecure. But over time, expectations rise too. The brain does not keep applauding the same upgrade forever. It asks, what comes next? And modern life is very good at answering. So salary becomes less like a number and more like a scoreboard. You check it to see whether you are safe, but also to see whether you are becoming someone respectable. A salary is private until lifestyle makes it visible. Your rent tells a story, your clothes tell a story, your phone tells a story, your office badge tells a story, even your exhaustion tells a story, because being tired can look like proof that you are important. And when life becomes a status game, enough becomes almost impossible to define. Enough for rent, enough for emergencies, enough to stop feeling behind, enough to be respected by people who are also pretending they are not comparing. These are different questions wearing the same face. The world tells you to chase the number, but the number is only one player in the room. The bills are in the room. The group chat is in the room. Your younger self is in the room. The version of you that feels behind is in the room. And proof expires fast because every time you reach a new level, the game quietly changes the meaning of that level. The system does not say, congratulations, you are done. It says, now maintain it, now look like it, now protect it, now make sure nobody can tell you are still anxious. This is the part nobody sees. A higher salary can make your life easier and your identity heavier at the same time. Both things are true. The money helps, the pressure adapts, the number changed, the question did not. So, when your salary never feels like enough, it does not always mean you are ungrateful. It may mean your brain is trying to buy safety, status, belonging, dignity, and proof with one monthly deposit. And no salary can carry all of that forever. The quiet truth is that you are not only waiting to get paid, you were waiting for the number to finally make you feel caught up. But modern life is built to move the finish line the moment you reach it. So you check your bank account. For 5 seconds, you feel safe. Then the bills appear, the comparison appears, the version of you that feels behind appears. And for the first time, you understand why the number was never the whole story. You were not just looking at money, you were looking at the scoreboard modern life taught your brain to fear.